Hello friends, welcome you all. We have started new semester, and in this newly started fresh semester, I'm going to teach you the one important and interesting subject, that is bank assurance services. It is interesting subject in the sense that it is a newly recently and newly developed concept of insurance, or it is a newly developed model of insurance which is provided by banks, or we can say that the insurance which is sold through the banking channel. So I'm going to teach you in this semester the bank assurance services subject. In the last semester, we have learned the subject business practices of NBFCs. So let us start with the course structure, or the paper structure. So the subject name is bank assurance services, paper number SDC 12. Credit 6 credits allotted for this paper, and it is introduced from June 2019. It is introduced from the last year, and evaluation pattern is internal practical work. You have to do for 60 marks, and external examination, that is the theory, for 40 marks. So this is the evaluation pattern. So whenever there is the SDC, it means it is a special subject, and you have to do the practical internal work for 60 marks. And whenever it is a GEC paper, you have to do internal practical work for 40 marks and external examination theory for 60 marks. So this is the SDC special subject, and you have to do internal practical work for 60 marks. So what are the course objective or the outcome means, or objective means what is expected from you, what you are going to learn in this paper, and what capacity you will build up after studying this particular paper or syllabus. So outcome means what objective you will achieve or get after the studying of this paper. So first course outcome or objective is students will be able to understand nature and business of bank assurance. Means uh, you should or you will be able to understand the nature, what is the bank assurance, and the business of bank assurance. Second course outcome or objective is students will be able to conduct business activities of bank assurance. So after studying this paper, you will be able to conduct the business activities of bank assurance. So here you will find you will be prepared for the business opportunities in the bank assurance sectors in various banks and financial institutions. So here you have the opportunity to learn the bank assurance services or the business activities, so that you can grab the career opportunities in the bank assurance, which is provided by the different banks and financial institutions. Third objective or course outcome is students will be able to manage business of bank assurance. Means you will learn the basic and practical work, so that you will be able to manage the business of bank assurance, if you get the opportunity, career opportunity in the banking and financial sector. So here you get the full idea of bank assurance. Fourth course outcome or objective is students will be able to promote bank assurance, means promotions or sales activity or the business expansion activities you can do after studying this paper. So students will be able to promote bank assurance sales through banking and financial institution channels, if you get the opportunity to work there or to do the career in the bank assurance sector. So friends, these were the four objectives or course outcome you will be able to achieve or get into uh, in the practice, so that you will be able to prepare for such career opportunities. Now let us discuss the syllabus, actual syllabus of this paper. Unit first, there are 5 units, total 5 units. Unit number 1 is introduction to bank assurance. So mostly introductory part is covered in this chapter, that is bank assurance, introduction to bank assurance. In the first content, meaning and features of bank assurance, we are going to learn. In the second content of this unit, we are going to study the importance of bank assurance for banks. So why banks are selling the bank insurance through their banking channel. So there is some importance is there for banks also. So what is that, what is importance for the banks, we are going to learn in the second content of this first unit. In the third content of the first unit, we are going to study the importance of bank assurance for customers also. So the bank assurance is not important for banks also, but also for customers it is important. So what are the important things to consider, why the bank assurance is important for customers? This is also we are going to discuss in the third content of this first unit. The fourth content or the fourth content is devoted to study the global scenario of bank assurance. So bank assurance is a recently developed model of the insurance or recently developed concept of insurance. So what is the global scenario, and we are going to compare with India, and what is the situation or the picture, overall picture worldwide, we are going to study in the fourth content of this first unit, that is global scenario of bank assurance. So let us move towards the unit number second. The name of the unit second is structural classification of bank assurance. So basic structure or some kind of structural classification we are going to study in the second chapter. First thing is we have to study the referral model, its advantages and problems. What is referral model? Referral model means to refer the persons or to teach or to provide information through the person to person. So it is called a referral model. So referring one person another person, and this kind of person to person selling or referring persons. So what are these, this is the one of the important model in the bank assurance or in the selling of bank assurance. So a referral model we are going to discuss in the details. It's what are its advantages and its problems. In the second content of second unit, we are going to study the second model, that is the bank assurance through corporate agency. So here also we are going to study the what are the advantages of corporate agency and problems of corporate agency. Third content of this second unit is devoted to joint ventures. So ventures, there are joint agreements or ventures between the banks and insurance companies. So what are these types of joint ventures, its advantages and its problems, we are going to study or learn in the third content of the second unit. In the fourth content of this second unit, we are going to study the product based classification, standalone insurance and blend of insurance. So these are the two different classifications of insurance product, bank assurance products. So we are going to discuss and study in the fourth content of the second unit. Now let us move towards the third unit. You can pause video and write down the syllabus, or I will share the syllabus on your WhatsApp groups also, but you can pause and write down it. Name of third unit is regulation and process of bank assurance. So who regulates the bank assurance? Because there is the dual things involved in this bank assurance. Who are the dual means two. So banks plus insurance. So banking sector plus insurance sector. Two sectors, different sectors involved in this bank assurance model. So here banking sector regulated by monetary authority, apex monetary authority, that is Reserve Bank of India, and insurance sector is regulated by the insurance regulatory and development authority of India. So here there is the blend between banking sector and insurance sector. So bank sells insurance through their banking channel. So here the dual regulation is necessary. So what is the regulation and process of bank assurance? We are going to study and learn in the third unit. So in the first content of this unit, we are going to study the RBI guidelines for the banks to enter into insurance business. So there are some specific guidelines given by Reserve Bank of India for banks to enter into the insurance business. Without following these guidelines, banks cannot sell or bank cannot enter into the insurance business. That is, we called it bank assurance. So there are the RBI guidelines and RBI regulation is there because banks come under the Reserve Bank of India. RBI is the regulatory authority of the banking sector. In the second content of this third unit, we are going to discuss the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India's guidelines for bank assurance. So as I told you, here the IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory Authority, have also guidelines which should be followed by the banks, because banks now working in the insurance sector. So IRDA's guidelines also bank have to follow. So what are these guidelines? We are going to discuss in the second content of this third unit. Third content of this third unit is devoted to open architecture for bank assurance. What is the open architecture is constructed for the bank assurance, and what are the things involved in this open architecture we are going to study in the third content. Last content of this unit is we are going to study in this content, that is institutional alliance for bank assurance. So here, to provide bank assurance services, there are some kind of alliance between insurance agencies, insurance companies, and banks. So here the institutional alliance is necessary to sell insurance through the banking channel. So what is this institutional alliance we are going to study. Now let us discuss the syllabus of the fourth content. Fourth unit is devoted to bank assurance in India. So what is the situation and overall scenario in the India about bank assurance? So in the first content we are going to study the key drivers of bank assurance, why bank assurance model emerged and it is developing, and why it is became so popular from the viewpoint of customers and banks also. We are going to study in the first content of fourth unit. Second content is distribution channel for bank assurance. What is the distribution channel through that bank assurance can be sell? That is special advisors, bank employees, salaried agents, corporate agency, and brokerage firms, etc. So these are all selling the bank assurance. So what is the role of each of them? We are going to discuss in the second content of this fourth unit. So these are the distribution channel through that bank assurance can be sell. Third content is requirement for success in bank assurance. So bank assurance is different kind of model and which is implemented through banking channel, not through the insurance sector. So the people, general public is not familiar with this bank assurance. They generally familiar with the insurance companies. So what are the requirements for the success of bank assurance? So if you want to do career in the banking sector and you got the opportunity to work in the bank assurance sector, then you must know that the what are the requirement to become successful in the bank assurance sector. Fourth content of this fourth unit is challenges and problems regarding bank assurance. So there are so many problems, challenges are there in the bank assurance sector. So you should know all about that, what are the challenges and problems regarding bank assurance. Now let us move towards the fifth unit of this bank assurance paper. Last unit is devoted to the bank assurance practices. So first content is status of bank assurance in India. What is the situation, scenario, and picture in India about the bank assurance? So we are going to study in this status of bank assurance in India content. Second content is strategies and policies adopted by banks. What are the strategies? Strategies means plans or different types of the uh, the the set of action, that is we call it strategies, and policies which is adopted by banks to become successful in the bank assurance. Third content is review of bank assurance products. So bank assurance is not the only one product, but this is the set of uh, insurance products. So we are going to take the review of the bank assurance product, different types of bank assurance products. So there are so many products in the general insurance, in the life insurance, and different type of schemes uh, constructed by insurance companies to fulfill the need and objectives of the different stakeholders of this society. So like that, bank assurance also have the different kind of schemes, different kind of plans, and different kind of products to fulfill the needs of the different stakeholders of the society, or different sectors of the different sections of the society. And in the last content, we have to do the case studies on the bank assurance products. So here you have to do practical work on the bank assurance products. So when we will start this 15 unit, we will discuss about it in the details, but you have to do the case studies on the bank assurance products. Now let us discuss the sources of study material and references. So these are the references you can note down. The bank assurance, an emerging concept in India. Here the online link is given to study about the emerging concepts about the bank assurance in India. Second is bank assurance and Indian banks. So this is the second website given on that you can study bank assurance and Indian banks and related about that. Then one book is there, Baroa A 2012. This is the book. This is the style of writing references. So first author surname is there, then initial, then the publication year is given, and then name of the book and publishing house and the place or the location of publishing house. So this is the style of writing insurance. Second book is Kumarius 2013 in bank assurance distribution channel and strategies and emerging market. Varanasi publication, UP Global Vision Publication House, Varanasi. Then next book is Molinex N 1999 Bank Assurance, UK, Palgrave Macmillan publication. Then next book is Tobias C. Hoshka 2016 Bank Insurance in Europe, Springer 2016. So friends, that you can apart from these references, I will also provide you notes and study materials, but these are the references and study material you must refer and read extra about these contents and this paper. So friends, uh, we are going to start the actual syllabus from the next lecture. You must mention your name and roll number in the comment box, so that I will get your presentee, and make sure that you are watching whole video, so that I get the idea about your watching time. So you must watch all the video and listen all the video, and so that much in this very first introductory lecture. If you have any problems, then you can write to me, you can message me, you can call me. uh, Thank you. See you in the next lecture.